Hello, my name is Lena Marie. I live at 808 Alta Vista Avenue in the city of Charlottesville. I'm here to talk about the marijuana resolution. I want to say that I was a cigarette smoker for 20 years. It took me 8 years to quit, and I know what an addiction is. I have health problems, and I have had doctors prescribe addictive medications to me without bothering to tell me about it. So I'm familiar with what an addiction is, and through legal substances. And I've smoked marijuana on and off for decades. I've gone years without smoking. I go months without smoking. It's not an addictive drug. That said, I'd like to talk about the difference between dangerous drugs, not legal or illegal, dangerous drugs. Addictive drugs are dangerous. Highly concentrated drugs are dangerous because they have major side effects associated with them. Those are problems. Marijuana does not fit into that category and should not be lumped with those substances. It's unfair, and it sends a message to people that they're. I mean, you want to talk about sending mixed messages or being unclear. That's unclear. When you put dangerous substances in with natural substances that have medicinal effects to them, that's where the confusion comes in. I have friends who have had cancer, and they shouldn't be. Marijuana is used medicinally to treat some of the side effects so that they can eat without becoming sick. And it adds another stress to them to have to deal with whether it's legal or not, who they're getting it from. Are they risking their freedom in order to get a medicine? I think deprioritizing marijuana is an important step in the right direction, especially until we can have medical access for people who honestly need it. Thank you.
Jeff Fogel.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Fogel. I reside at 215 Spruce Street here in the city. The war on drugs has been a massive and colossal failure, something that has not been mentioned by the people here who were opposed to the resolution tonight. It has not only been a failure in terms of its effectiveness in reducing drug use, it has been a devastating impact on the communities that it has harmed, devastating impact on people. Now, the staff has provided you with information on the limited number of people who are charged each year with marijuana possession, but they have failed to provide you with information about the racial breakdown of that. And I wonder why. We certainly should be sensitive to this question at this juncture, that over 50% of the people who are being charged with possession of marijuana are African American. And that's contributing to the racial disparities in our criminal justice system. Now, I'm not here representing the coalition that I have represented before, but what I'm saying is entirely consistent with the proposition that has been put forth by the coalition that drug usage belongs in the public health sector, not in the criminal law sector. And when we look at the message that's being sent today, and has been sent for 40 years, it's a message of hypocrisy as people sit around drinking as they talk about whether or not we should have marijuana laws or not. It is a message of ridiculousness in terms of the amount of money we're spending on this proposition. It is an outrage that people are dying on the streets, not only of America, but of Mexico and elsewhere in Latin America and Central America, only because we have laws against marijuana. The laws against marijuana, like the laws against drugs, create crime. Now, it may be counterintuitive, but I'm here to propose to you that you pass an ordinance prohibiting the possession of marijuana. And I'm here to suggest that to you, and I have a memo that I want to distribute, that the city of Charlottesville can prohibit marijuana in its ordinances and make sure that nobody goes to jail for possession of marijuana. Now, I'm sure you will have Mr. Brown review this, as he should, but I would hope that you would also read it as well. This is not rocket science, it's only the law. And it's not that complicated, and I think people can read this now and understand it. Obviously, you don't expect anybody to take action tonight, it would be premature to do so, but I would encourage you to take a look at this. And it essentially says that Charlottesville can pass an ordinance prohibiting the possession of marijuana as the state statute, but providing that it be a Class 4 misdemeanor, which would not allow a jail sentence to be imposed. I've heard a lot of people talk about this question of whether or not drug usage should be decided by the police department. I don't think so. I don't think we elected the police department to make policy or law in our community. And you know what? I'm not sure the police department does either. And let me quote from their 2011 annual report. The community it serves determines the role of the police. That's an accurate statement. And so for the police department to come here and tell you in any respects, leave us alone, we should make the determination of what should be the policy, it's wrong. And it's hypocritical of them to say that after having put this forward. I don't want to take any more time. Pardon?
Your time is up.
Okay.
There you go.
Larry Bishop.
My name is Larry Bishop, and I reside in Batesville, although actually I spent a tremendous amount of time in town. How can you follow that? Really, this is not an issue of legalization. The proposal is not about legalization. It is about reprioritizing how we approach this issue. And I think what Jeff has just presented you actually will address that in some very specific ways. So what I would suggest that you do is look at what he has offered, examine it, and perhaps move on with regard to that in terms of an outline about how we might possibly reprioritize how we approach this issue here in our community. And that is well within your latitude as counselors within our community and well within the parameters of state law. Thank you.
Thank you.